Marshals are Jeff, Douglas, Shane, and Dave Bailey. Still need Tony over the loop. Mike. Thank you. Jim, you want to get in on this one? Put you in right now. All right, so this is going to be race one. Race two is up after this. Rob, George, Brett the Hitman, Andy, and James, you guys are up next. All right, guys, I'm going to close off the straight, get you guys lined up. Johnny, Tim, Tony, Mike, and Rick. Once again, Johnny, Tim, Tony, Mike, and Rick. Marshall's ready. Driver's ready. Johnny on the tone. Tim. Tony. Mike. And Rick. Hot lap going to Rick. 12:09. All right, 3 laps in. Here we go. 4 laps. Calling it out on Mike at the top. 24:505:11.99 fast lap. Rick 23:509. Tim 5:11. And we got Tony on the 22. Johnny on the 20. 3:45 left to go. I'm just going to wait one more lap here. We're trip the loop on the inside, so just want to make sure we're accurate. Rick is at the top, 23:506, Tim 5:09, Mike 5:10, and we got Tony on the 22, 5:11, Johnny on the 19.5 flat. Mike holding fast lap at that 11.99. He actually moves up to second. It's now Rick, Mike, and Tim, top 3 drivers on the 23 lap pace.
Two minutes left.
3 down, 2 minutes here left to go. Rick now holding fast lap 11:48. Sitting on the top on the 24 lap pace as the green, yellow, and blue. Yellow wheels in the back. 24.511. Mike is 23.501. Tim 507. Tony dropping off just a little bit, 21.508. Johnny on the 19. Second call for race
left.
2. Rick still on the top, 24.506, 11:48 fast lap. Here he is hitting the loop, holds it there. Cars on their lids. I'm going to wait for him to hit the loop here, see what happens. Mike in that number 2 spot, 23.507. Tim 513. Tony 21.512 and Johnny 19.502. 30 seconds left to go. Johnny, you are done. Mike is done. Here we go as the rest of the field comes through. That is it. Everyone now done. Rick taking it 24.507 with the fast lap overall 11:48. Mike 23.503. Tim 23.516 and Tony 21.511. Johnny 19.5 flat. Race 2, Rob, George, Brett, Andy, and James. Under the driver's stand, RPM sign, and these corners over here. Or back there, open door. All right, guys, we're going to shut you down. George isn't going to make it out for this race, so it'll just be the 4 of yous. Rob, Hitman, Andy, and James. Yes, live feed is on. Go ahead. Keep driving like jackasses. Sorry, did I say that? Sweet. What happened, Hitman? Do we have to change that to James? James the Hitman or what? What was that? Or is it Brett gets hit by the Hitman? I don't know. What is it supposed to be? All right, I'm not even going to ask if the drivers are ready. Rob on the tone. Oh, yeah, it caught you. It's good. All right, everyone go. Let's keep it fun. That means smashing allowed. Tag. Hot lap went to James, 11:30. James the hitman. So TQ was set by Rick, 24.507. Everyone has TQ markers right now. Coming in for lap 4. Giving it up, Andy at the top on TQ, 27.502, 11.84 fast lap. James, 5.06 right behind him.
Left.
Hitman, 26.5 flat. Rob, 25.5 flat. So Andy, James, Brett the Hitman, and Rob. Andy with that 10.84, second fastest lap overall, going to James, 10.30. Brett, Hitman's got 10.34, and Rob's got 11.49. Two down, 3 minutes here left to go. Hitman now on the top, 26.502. Andy, 5.03. Rob, 5.04. And James, 5.06. Screen flipping around. Andy now back up on top. So everyone on that 26 lap pace. So it's whoever ends up on top on this one and going to get the TQ. 2:30 left to go. Andy right now, 26.5 flat. Hitman, 5.01. Rob, 5.02. And James, 5.04. Very close here. Who's that just got marshaled? I missed it. Looked at my screen. James? Oh. Mistakes are starting. Things are going to start to change here on the screen.
2 minutes left.
Not that much, though. 2 minutes left to go. Andy now on the 27 lap pace. 27.510 right now. Hitman 26.5 flat, almost there. James 5.01. Rob 5.01. Sorry, Rob's 25.501. My mistake. Andy puts down another fast lap, 10.78. Second fastest lap overall going to James, 11.07. Minute 25 left to go. Andy keeps breaking it down a little further, 27.508, 10.78. Hitman hitting the loop. There he goes, 27.511. James now 26.5 flat. Here's Rob hitting the loop, 25.507.
1 minute left.
60 seconds left to go. Race 3 drivers, please be ready. Hitman moves up to the top spot, 27.510. Oh. Mark that at 40 seconds left there. 40 seconds left to go. Hitman, James, Andy, and Rob. Hitman at the top, 27.511. James, 26.5 flat. Andy, 5.03. And Rob, 24.5 flat. 20 seconds left to go. Ooh, drag race. You guys are both done. James is done. Nice race, and everyone is done. Hitman taking TQ. Very nice. 26.5 flat. James, 26.5 flat, .7. Andy, 26.502 with the fast lap, 10.78. And Rob, 25.508. Nice driving. Keep that up. That was good. Maybe you guys need to mess around a little bit more before the races. It works out good for you. Jeff, Douglas, Shane, and Dave. I will need a couple volunteer marshals for this race, please. I do need two volunteers. I think I need two. Pro line's already taken by my volunteer. James, I did that on purpose. Number 4 for you, James. Thank you, drivers. Good job. See that they're attacking you even off the, when you're not on the track. Your car's not on the track, they're attacking you. So, Brett the Hitman currently holding TQ 26.5 flat. Be proud now. It's about to change. Maybe not. Maybe not. Maybe this is your night. Maybe this is your night. Hey, you are marshalling, right? Yeah. You could have Butterfingers this whole race. Accidentally step on TQ cars. Trip, fall in the lane. Yeah. Yeah, just trip and fall. Block them all. Yeah, start laying on them. All right, straight is now closed. Straight is now closed. Jeff, Douglas, Shane, and Dave. So, James, who was that hit you? You got hit by 2 cars. Shane was one of them. Who was the other one? Was it Dave? Okay, don't flip over anywhere near James, eh? Because that's everyone else is good except for Shane. Okay. All right, here we go. Drivers ready. Jeff on the tone. Douglas, Shane, and Dave. Once again, there will be a restart after this race. We will only take 5 minutes in between, and then we will go right into race 2. Round 2, I'm sorry. Oh, look at this. Hot laps. Goes to Shane, 11:24. And James just wants to kick your car now as you drive by. See that? Everyone coming around, getting lap 3 in. Sure looks like I'll be calling it out on Douglas. Here he is hitting the loop. I'm going to call it out. 28.504. 10:58 fast lap right now. That is the orange and gray white wheels. My number 1, Shane, showing a TQ marker, also 27.509 in that number 2 spot.
4 minutes left.
Driving the orange buggy white wheels. Then we got Dave, 26.501, and Jeff, 26. Sorry, Jeff just moving up. I'm going to wait a second. Couple more laps here. 3:45. It is Douglas on TQ, 28.503. Jeff in the number 2 spot, 26.503. Shane 504, and Dave 504, 24.504. Douglas, Jeff, Shane, and Dave. Douglas with that fast lap, 10:58 right now. Second fast lap overall going to Shane, 11:02.
Three minutes left.
That was nice to see you, James. Notice how Brett didn't even move? He's marshalling with his eyes closed right now, saying, no, please. He's trying to figure out how to trip Douglas up. Brett's TQ 26.5 flat. Douglas currently on a TQ pace of 28.505. Jeff in that number 2 spot, 26.5 flat. Shane 26.510 and Dave 25.505. 2:25 left to go. Little pucker in there, eh, Shane?
2 minutes left.
Gonna be a tight group between that race 2 and race 3 group here. See who's gonna be up in that top group. Right now, Douglas is 28.504. Puts down another fast lap, 10:51. Jeff 26.5 flat, 0.4. Brett the Hitman was 5 flat. Shane 26.507. Dave 25.512. Gonna see how that resort is gonna go for you guys.
One minute left.
60 seconds left to go, Brett. I'm just letting you know. You got to chirp him like more than once. Douglas, anyways, you don't have to worry about Shane. He's under you. Is that it, Douglas? No 10-4? 30 seconds left to go. Douglas running 28.503. 10:51 fast lap. Jeff 26.501. Shane 509. Dave 25.511. Ten seconds left to go. Jeff, you are done. Just watch because Shane in front of you is still alive. Douglas, you're done. Dave behind you or in front of you is still alive. There we go. Shane done. And, well, good news, Brett. At least you're going to hold second place right now. Douglas taking the TQ spot, 28.502, 10:51 fast lap. Jeff came in second, 26.501. That's going to put him in third overall. Shane, 26.507, and Dave, 25.510. I'll get the paperwork out to you, and I will do a resort and leave it up on the screen, and we'll get going in about 6 minutes. George, you're going to be good to come out for round 2? All right, so if you notice, race 1 only has the 4 drivers. That is where George will be in with these drivers. He missed round 1. So it'll be Mike, Tim, Tony, Johnny, and George in race 1. Race 2 will be Andy, Shane, Rob, Dave, and Rick. And race 3, Douglas, Brett, James, and Jeff. All right, guys, we're going to get going here with round 2. Mike, Tim, Tony, Johnny, and George. All right, so my marshals are Douglas, Brett, James, and Jeff for this one. Wow, Tim, Johnny beat you out to the track. You're doing good tonight. Good job. You want to run a lap or two there, George? Good, okay. Mike, Tim, Tony, Johnny, and George. Marshall's ready. Driver's ready. Mike on the tone. Tim, Tony, Johnny, and George. Yeah, Mike's definitely getting the hot lap there. Actually, it says lap too fast, so. Hot lap went to Tim, 1260. Good job, Tim. You go, Tim. I was nice about it. Mike in with 4 laps, calling it out on him. 23.506 right now. George, 22.506, holding fast lap. 12.06. Tim, 21.503. Tony, 25.11. And Johnny, 18.512. Mike in the black buggy. Green trim, yellow wheels at the top right now. The only one on the 24-lap pace. 11.57 fast lap. 24.508 right now. Tim Purple Buggy is my number 2 right now, 22-5-10.
Three minutes
There
left.
we go, 2 down, 3 left to go. Mike's still on the top. Here he is hitting the loop. 24-501, 11:57 fast lap. George now in that number 2 spot, hitting the loop right here. That's the yellow, white and green buggy. Yellow wheels in the back, white in the front. He is our number 2 currently. 23-5-11. He's got the second fastest lap overall, 11:96. Tim, purple buggy. Yellow wheels in that number 3 spot, 22-5-10. Johnny, 25-05. Tony, 25-10. We go down to our 2-minute mark.
Left.
Mike Callis puts out another fast lap, 11:41. He's currently 24-5 flat. Oop, gets bumped around there. Cheerleader, black with the green trim. 24-5-05 now. Here's George hitting the loop, 23-5-04. Tim, 22-5-06. Johnny, 21-5-13. And Tony, 25-10.
One minute left.
There we go. 60 seconds left to go. Race 2 drivers, please be ready. Mike on the top, 24-5-05, 11:41 fast lap. George, 23-5-06. Tim, 22-5-01. Tony, 20-5-06. Johnny right behind him, 5-07. There's the tone. When I call your name, your race is over. Mike, you are done. Tim's done. Tony, 2 cars still left live there, guys. There it is, George and Johnny. Mike's going to take that one, 24-5-01, 11:32 fast lap. George came in second, 23-5-02. Tim, 22-5-03. Tony, 25-04. And Johnny, 25-09. Put your cars on charge. Come out to Marshall. Race 2, Andy, Shane, Rob, Dave, and Rick. Watch small table, watch table at the end of straight. Ooh. All right, guys, shutting down the straight. You know what? I'll let you guys run another lap, so someone can fix the pipes. Andy and Rob can get a lap in here. Thank you, Mike. All right, straight is now closed. Straight is now closed. Lineup is Andy, Shane, Rob, Dave, and Rick. Marshall's ready. Driver's ready. Andy on the tone. Shane. Wheeler. Dave. And Rick. Fast group here. Andy with the hot lap, 11:18. Oh, Shane, I seen how you took that first whole section. I had to start watching your car. I'm like, yeah, that's going to be a good fast lap. Lost it with the little fumble there on the pipes. And we're in with 3 laps. Here we go. Shane at the top, 27.507. Andy, 5.08. Dave, 25.5 flat. Rick, 5.10. And Rob on the 21.510.
4 minutes left.
Fast lap going to Andy, 11.14 as he goes up to the top. Second fast lap overall going to Shane, 11.17. Andy and Shane both on the 27. Or was before marshalling. .310 left to go. It is Andy on the top, 27.510 right now. Here he is hitting the loop. Shane, 26.5 flat. He holds fast lap, 10.84. Dave in that number 3 spot, 25.505. Rick, 21.502. And Rob, 21.508. Andy and Shane both up on that 27 lap pace here. Andy hitting the loop, 27.508. Shane, 5.10. Once again, Shane holding fast lap, 10.84. Andy right behind him, though, 10.92. As we get to our halfway point, 2:30 left on the clock.
2 minutes left.
3 down, 2 minutes left to go. Look at that. New fast lap for Douglas to beat. 10:44. See if you can do that without cutting the track. Shane at the top, 27.507. Andy, 26.504. Dave, 25.504. Rick, 22.513. And Rob, 21.508. Dave digging the wall hard. Minute 20 left to go. It is Shane, Andy, Dave, Rick, and Rob.
One minute left.
Trying to keep you in this, Rob. $15 seconds left to go. It's Shane, Andy, Dave, Rick, and Rob. There's the tone. Andy, you're done. Rick's done. Shane's done. And that's going to be it. Shane's going to take it 27.508. Andy 26.5 flat with the fast lap overall 10:44. That's the fastest on the track so far. Dave 25.508. Rick 22.501. And Rob 21.508. If I can get one volunteer marshal out here, it'd be great. One volunteer. I get one volunteer marshal for this race. Easy spot in front of me. Thank you, Tim. All right, whenever you guys are ready, we'll line you up. There will be a resort again after this race. Be a very short break, though. George got his car all fixed up, so. Douglas, Brett, James, and Jeff. No, I didn't say Hitman. You got to prove yourself in this one. Driver's ready. Douglas on the tone. Hitman, James, Jeff. Oh, you're definitely Hitman. Douglas with a hot lap, 1087. Douglas has something to work towards right now. 1044. It's pretty fast. 1055 already, though. Douglas on the top, 28,503, 1055 fast lap. Waiting for the rest of the group to come through here. Jeff in that number 2 spot, 27,508, and holding the second fastest lap overall, 1108. Brett the Hitman, 26,501, and James, 25,502. One down, 4 minutes here left to go. Douglas, Jeff, Hitman, and James. Douglas puts down another fast lap, 1048. Running 28,503. Jeff, 27,511. Brett the Hitman, 26,5 flat. And James, 26,506. Trying to push that corner back, get faster laps down. Douglas 10-8, 10-8, 10-8, 10-7, 10-8. That was all after his 10:48. Getting down to our 2-minute mark, it is Douglas on TQ, 28,502, 10:48 fast lap. Hitman sitting that number 2 spot. Sorry, make that Jeff. Gonna wait a second. Jeff is 26,502. Hitman 503. Here he is hitting the loop though. Holds it there. James 25,502. Oh, Jim was yelling at me 10-3, and I didn't understand what he meant. Yeah, 10-3-4, Douglas's new fast lap. Well, I guess I can let the cat out of the bag.
1 minute left.
Andy kind of tripped the track up a little bit to get that 10-4, but thank you for showing us that you can do a 10-3. Douglas, 28,501, 10-3-4 fast lap right now. Jeff, 26.5 flat. Brett the Hitman, 26,504, and James, 26,508. Okay, Douglas, you got to go home now. No one wants to play with you anymore. James holding the second fastest lap. Good for you, James. 10.77. Oh, you got to look at this, guys. Douglas's laps. 10-7, 10-5, 10-8, 10-9, 10-4, 10-5, 10-6. When I call your name, your race over. Douglas, you are done. What do you think, Douglas? Is there a 10-2 in there? Jeff, you're still live. Jeff is the only one live. Everyone else is done. Hey, Douglas, is there a 10-2 in there, you think? Maybe. There it is. Douglas, 28.5 flat. Almost made it on that 29 lap pace, a 10:34 fast lap. Jeff, 27.511. James, 26.504. And Hitman, 26.505. Very close. All right, so when we get back, it'll be George, Tim, Tony, and Johnny for race 1. Race 2, James, Dave, Rob, Mike, Rick, and race 3. Sorry, this is wrong. There it is. When we get back, it'll be Rick, George, Tim, Tony, and Johnny. Race 2, Andy, James, Dave, Rob, and Mike. And race 3, Douglas, Shane, Jeff, and Brett. Brett the Hitman. 5 minutes, guys. All right, guys, we're going to get going with race 1. Rick, George, Tim, Tony, and Johnny. You guys are up. Round 3, final round of qualifying. All right, Douglas, Shane, Jeff, and Brett to Marshall. Rick, George, Tim. No, I said Shane. I didn't say James. I might have said James. I'm normally used to saying James up in that group, but I think it was Shane that I said. Oh, walk of shame. All right, lineup is Rick, George, Tim, Tony, and Johnny. Marshall's ready. Driver's ready. Here we go, Rick on the tone. George. Tim. Tony. And Johnny. Hot lap did go to Tim, was 13:04, I think, originally. No, actually, it was George. Sorry. George had the hot lap on that.
Four minutes left.
Who am I calling it out on? All right, Rick, 24.505. Tim, 23.512. George, 21.5 flat. Johnny, 21.504. Tony, 20.515. Fast lap overall going to George, 11.87. Rick, Tim, George, Johnny, and Tony.
3 minutes left.
3 minutes left to go on the clock here. Rick at the top, 24,511. Tim, 23,501. George, 22,512. Johnny, 21,509. Tony, 21,514. Fast lap overall going to George, 11,87. Second fastest lap going to Rick, 12,10. Two minutes here left to go. It's now Tim sitting at the top. Tim's running 23.5 flat. Rick 5:04. George 22.504. Tony 21.504. Johnny 21.509. Tim, Rick, and George.
One minute left.
60 seconds left to go. Race 2 drivers, please be ready. Right now we got Tim at the top, 24.510. Rick, 23.509. He's holding fast lap, 11.75. George, 23.513, 11.87. That's the second fastest lap. Tony, 21.501. Johnny, 21.507. There it is, guys. It's all over when I call your name. Rick, Tim, you guys are done. Tony, George, Johnny is the only one left live here. Tim is going to take that one, 23.501. Good job, Tim. Rick came in second, 23.506. He had the fastest lap overall, 11.75. George, 23.507. Then we had Tony, 21.502, and Johnny, 21.509. Andy, James, Dave, Rob, and Mike, you guys are up. All right, George, we're going to move you to in front of the driver stand or the pro line sign. I think there's enough drivers, yeah. Tim. Tim. Okay, where'd Tim go? See that? Wins one race, goes right to his head. Right to his head. All of a sudden he's pro. He doesn't have to come out and marshal anymore. All right, guys, the lineup is Andy, James, Dave, Rob, and Mike. For wings. Driver's ready. Andy on the tone. James. Dave. Rob. Mike. Race 2 here, up and running. Hot lap going to James, 11:08. All drivers in with 3 laps. Calling out on James, 27.501 right now. Waiting for everyone else to come through. Mike in that number 2 spot, 26.508. Rob, 509. Dave, 24.508. And he did have fast lap overall at a 10.63. It's 25.5 flat. Oh, he's still in here. Here he is, okay. So Andy on the 21.503. James, Rob, Dave, Mike, and Andy. James holding the second fastest lap with a 10.84.
Three minutes left.
Two down, 3 minutes here left to go. James still at the top of my screen, 28.510. And breaking it down. There it is, 509. James's fast lap, 10.55. Mike's in that number 2 spot, 25.506. Rob, 5.10. Dave, 24.503. Andy, 23.5 flat. Second fastest lap overall going to Andy, 10.63. It's James at the top, breaking it down. Douglas TQ's 28.5 flat, 0.6. That's going to be a tough one, Dave. Just watch. James pushing up here. Andy moving the pipe out of the way for James to make it easier for him to get closer to TQ. Gonna have to put some new Velcro there. All new pipe coming in at the end of this month.
2 minutes left.
Get ready for our winter season, our buggy battles, series races. 2 minutes here left to go on this one. James, 28.509, 10.55 fast lap. Here's Mike. Mike hitting the loop. He's currently sitting in second, 25.510. Dave, 24.509. Rob, 509. And Andy, 510.
1 minute left.
60 seconds left to go. James on the top, dropped off a little bit though. 27.501, Mike 25.508, Rob 24.503, Dave 504, and Andy 23.501. Ooh. Ooh. That was, yeah, wow. Nice. Keep it exciting, I like that. 5 seconds left to go. All right, when I call your name, your race is over. James, you are done. Dave is done. Andy's done. I got Mike and Rob left. Mike and Rob only. There we go. Rob is done. Mike, last card over loop. James is going to take the win on that one, though. 27.503, 10.55 fast lap. Mike 25.507. Dave 24.501. Rob 504. And Andy 23.506. Cars on charge come out to Marshall, Douglas, Shane, Jeff, and Brett the Hitman. Final qualifier here. One volunteer marshal, please. One volunteer marshal. Underneath the driver's stand. George is taking video over there, but I need a marshal. You know what? These are fast guys. Dave, you can kind of watch this area over here too. Perfect. Thank you. We're going to do it like this. Anywhere over here, if someone does want a marshal, pro line sign there. Lineup on this one is Douglas, Shane, Jeff, and Brett the Hitman. Marshall's ready. Driver's ready. Douglas on the tone. Shane. Jeff. Hitman. Final qualifier up and running here. Douglas holding TQ 28.5 flat. Not a lot of guys made it up on that 28 lap pace. Hard to do. No one's finished so far up on that, with the exception of Douglas. Hot lap going to Douglas, 10.97. Orange and gray buggy. All right, everyone in with 3 laps, coming around getting 4. There we go. Douglas in with his 4th lap, 28.504, 10.65 fast lap. Waiting for the rest of the field. Playing follow leader there. Jeff in that number 2 spot, 25.501. Hitman 5.06. Shane 22.5 flat. Douglas puts down another fast lap, 10.57. It's 28.502, getting close to his previous TQ. Jeff up now 26.506. Hitman 25.5 flat, almost on that 26. Shane now 24.501. 3:20 left to go.
Three minutes left.
Douglas putting down another fast lap, 10.51. Here he is hitting the loop, 28.503. Jeff 26.501, almost on that 27 lap pace. Hitman 25.501. Shane right behind him, 504. Second fastest lap overall going to Shane, 11.02. Halfway point, 2:30 left.
Two minutes left.
3 down, 2 left to go. Douglas on the top, 28.508, 10.50 now. Fast lap keeps breaking them down. I don't know if we're going to see that 10.30 come out of him here on this one. Jeff 27.509, Hitman 26.508, and Shane 24.501. Minute 15 left to go. Douglas, Jeff, Brett, and Shane. Douglas running 28.505, 10.50 fast lap right now. Jeff 27.509, Hitman 26.508, and Shane 23.5 flat. Twenty seconds left to go. There's the tone, guys. When I call your name, your race is over. Ooh. Douglas and Shane, you guys are done. Nice finish for Shane. Wow. Hitman and Jeff. There it is. Douglas taking that one, 28.504. Jeff came in second, 27.509. Hitman, 26.504. And Shane, 24.5 flat. All right, guys, we are going to take a 10-minute break. I will set up the mains. All right, guys, there it is up on the screen if you want to see it when we come back. Two-wheel buggy C main, Rob, Rick, Tim, George, Tony, and Johnny 60 in that one. One bump up to the B main with Brett, Andy, Mike, and Dave. And then our A main group currently right now, Douglas, James, Shane, and Jeff. Once again, one bump all the way up. We will go in 10 minutes. All right, guys, we're going to get going here with the mains. Two-wheel buggy C main up first. Rob, Rick, Tim, George, Tony, and Johnny. You're up in C main. One bump up to the B. Marshals are Douglas, James, Shane, and Jeff. Yeah, we're going to get you under the driver's stand, actually, there. Yep. I'm going to make James run over that whole section there. All right, guys, straight is closed. Straight is closed. I'm going to get you lined up. Brett's going to line you up here. Rob, Rick, and Tim are my 1, 2, and 3. Rob, you're going to be just ahead of that car. Yeah, somewhere there, if you're comfortable with that. Yes, Tim. Then we got George, Tony, and Johnny. Looks good. Marshall's ready. Yeah. Of course, it's James. It's got to get back to a spot, right? Driver's ready. Everyone on the tone. Ooh, things changing up. Oh, Rob is my number 1. Tim is the number 2. Who's going to be the 3 here? Looks like Johnny. Nice, clean, guys. Oh, my God. So many hits. That was ugly. Rob out front with a decent lead. Tim in that number 2 spot. 5.5 seconds behind him. Battle happening right now for 3rd. Keep it clean, guys. Someone get in there. Looks like Rick managed to pull in the 3rd. Leader coming through, guys. Purple buggy, yellow wheels, hitting the loop. It's my number 1. 1 minute down, 4 minutes left
4
to go.
minutes left.
It is Rob, Tim, Rick, George, Tony, and Johnny. Rick closing the gap up here on Tim. 2.5 behind. 2 of them through the double-double section right now. Rick needing a Marshall. Stayed together. Watching 2 and 3. Rick moves in the 2nd. Tim dropping down the 3rd. Oh. Looked like George is going to be right there to take it. Robbing that number 1. Tim in the 2. Then we got Rick and George. Johnny, that is your number 2 guy there that you're smashing around, eh?
3 minutes left.
Number 1 coming up behind you, Johnny. Battle between George and Rick right now. George is up in the number 3. Rick is in the 4. Jumps over top of George to get back into that position. Tony, watch if those guys catch up to you, they're battling it out right now. Here's Rick hitting the loop. George right behind him. That's 3 and 4. 2:30 left on the clock. Rob hitting the loop here. That's my number 1. Here comes Tim. Rob a full lap up right now. George now in that number 3. Tony, watch out. That's your number 3 passing you. Thank you. Rick in the 4. Looks like George closing the gap up here on Tim. 1.3 behind. Through the double-double section.
2 minutes
Coming
left.
to the loop in front of me. That's our 2 and 3. 2 minutes left to go. Rob, Tim, George, Rick, Johnny, and Tony. Johnny and Tony, watch out. While your 2 and 3 come through here, we got Tim and George. Oh, George needing a marshal. Was catching up. Purple buggy, yellow wheels coming through there. Johnny, that's your number 2. Number 2. Minute 25 left to go. Rob in that number 1 spot. Tim in the 2. George in the 3. Needs a marshal here. Rick not far behind now. Rick 1.8 behind George.
1 minute left.
It's 60 seconds left to go. Looks like Rob's going to get the bump on this one. Lap up on the rest of the field. Going to move up to that B main. Tim in that number 2 spot. George in the 3. Rick in the 4. George and Rick half a second apart though. George flipping over. Rick's going to move back into that number 3 spot. George into the 4. 30 seconds here left to go. Oh, George might have another chance at it. Did. Rob got in the way there a little bit, battling back and forth. George moves in the 3rd. Rick in the 4. Oh, they're both flipping. Gonna still see a battle here. Johnny, if these 2 catch up to you, give them some room, please. This is it. Will they make the loop? They do. This is going to be their last lap, final lap right here. There's the tone. Tony, you are done. There it is. George is going to take 3rd on this one. Tim coming in 2nd. Rob Wheeler moving up into the B main. Everyone else out to marshal, please. It is going to be Brett the Hitman, Andy, Mike, Dave, and Rob. All right, guys, going to close off the straight, close off the straight. Watch the inside there. Tim's going to fix up that corner. Brett, the Hitman's going to line us up first. Team Carpet Munchers. I don't know, are you captain? Who's captain? Who's captain? I'll be captain. How do I apply? It's Brett the Hitman starting us off here in the B main. Andy in that number 2 spot. Mike in the 3. Dave, then Rob. Group of the drivers here. I don't know who's gonna bump up in this one. Fast drivers. All right, Marshall's ready. Driver's ready. Everyone on the tone. Oh, Hitman hitting the pipe, knock him right back to the back. Andy out in that number 1 spot. Looks like Dave battling out with Mike for 2nd and 3rd here. Through the double-double section, fumble. Rob, our bump, moves into the number 2. Hitman in the 3rd. Andy out with a pretty decent, little bit of a lead here. Also holding fast lap 10:92. Here's Wheeler. 3 seconds off his pace. Hitman 1.7 behind Rob. He's got Dave and Mike in tow right behind him here. Mike gonna move into that number 4. Dave into the 5. 1 minute down here, 4 minutes left to go.
4 minutes left.
Hitman closing the gap up a little bit here on Rob. 0.9 behind. Here's our leader, Andy, hitting the loop. 10:87 fast lap now. He's got about a 5-second lead on the rest of the field. Rob in that 2. Hitman in the 3. Then we got Mike and Dave. 2 and 3 hitting the loop in front of me. 0.7 seconds apart now. 3:25 left to go. Yellow and orange buggy, yellow wheels. Your leader right now going through the double-double section. Robbing that number 2 spot. Purple, yellow wheels being chased by white lightning. Hitman's car. Mike in that number 4 spot. Dave in the 5. 3 minutes here left to go. Andy holding fast lap 10:81. Still has about a 5-second lead on the rest of the field. 5.5-second lead. Everyone driving nice for B main. Andy with a little fumble there. Didn't need a marshal. Still good to go. He actually had stretched his lead to 6 seconds. Going to drop back with that little fumble. Not by much, though. 2 and 3 are going to be coming through some traffic. Dave, just watch because 2 and 3, Rob and, thank you, and Hitman are tight together here. They were 0.6 seconds apart. 0.7 now. Andy, 6.5-second lead. 2:10 left to go. Oh, look at this. Rob and Hitman tight together over the loop.
2 minutes left.
Mike and Dave battling out for 4th and 5th. Oh, who's going to be taking this? Andy, a couple fumbles here. Rob and Brett only 3.5 seconds behind him now. This is anyone's race right now. Rob 3.5 seconds behind Andy. He's got Hitman right behind him here, keeping the pressure on him. Minute 15 left to go. Andy's fast lap 10:81. Wheeler 11:15. Hitman 11:07. Keeping the pressure on Rob. Oh, little fumble there. Pulls right back in. Holds it together. Battling tight, close here
1
now.
minute left.
60 seconds left to go. Andy out front, 5.5 second lead. Battle between second and third. And Dave in fourth, Mike in fifth. They're battling it out there also. Watching the 2 and 3 with 35 seconds left to go. Rob managed to hold Hitman off whole race here. Got to do it for 25 seconds more. Oh, Hitman getting a little out of shape. Thank you, Mike. Mike pulling to the side. Hitman flipping over, tried to take the chance. There's still enough time. Still one more lap in here. Zip, 5 seconds left to go on the clock. Looks like Andy's gonna get the bump in this one. There's the tone, guys. You hit the loop. Rob, you're done. Mike is done. Hitman's done. Andy, that is it. Once Dave hits the loop. Andy taking the win on that. Honestly, overall, awesome race for B-Main. Awesome driving. Awesome. Andy taking the win on that one and the fast lap overall, 10:81. Rob came in second, finished off at 26:503 to Hitman's 5:04. Dave taking fourth and Mike taking fifth. Congratulations to Andy. That was tight. Everyone had to stay on their game on that one. Drop your cars out to the track to Marshall. I will need one volunteer, Marshall, if there is one here. One volunteer, please. Oh, thank you, Tim. Douglas, James, Shane, Jeff, and Andy. All right, guys, going to shut down the straight, get you guys lined up. Top three, Douglas, James, and Shane. Douglas, James, Shane, and we got Jeff and Andy. Drivers ready. Everyone on the tone. Look how tight that start is. This is why I can't wait for buggy battles. Seeing that all the way to D main. Douglas, James, there's James' little fumble. Andy right behind him. Douglas, James, and Andy top three right now. Jeff is there. Shane. Oh, James makes another mistake. Andy was looking for a way around. Didn't work out. They got hooked up. Jeff sneaking through there on them. James now dropped back to third. Andy in the 4. Jeff 3.5 seconds behind Douglas. Douglas putting her down once again. 10:67 fast lap. Jeff's 11:30 and James 11:02.
4 minutes left.
Shane closing up the gap here behind Andy now. It's our 5th and 4th. Little tap together, moving on. James trying to catch up to Jeff. About a second off of Jeff's pace, closing that gap up. Jeff hitting the loop. Douglas now with a 6.5 second lead on the rest of the field. .325 left to go. James now battling Jeff here. It's our 2 and 3 together. Orange and gray buggy, my number 1. White buggy, white wheels, my 2. White and blue's my 3. That's where the battle's happening right now.
3 minutes left.
3 minutes here left to go. Andy getting out of shape. Oh, look at this. They hit. Lets them by. Jeff's going to need a marshal. Get in there. Get in there. Here's Douglas hitting the loop. That is my number 1. James is in the 2. Andy now moves into the 3. Shane, then Jeff. James going to get a marshal here. Throw on the inside. That might help Andy out. 2:10 left to go. Andy now 2.4 seconds behind James. See what happens here. Douglas fast lap 10:53. James
left.
10:70. Andy 10:81. It's our top 3 right now. Sorry, nope. Change that. Shane now in 3rd. Sorry. Get on my screen. Douglas now need a marshal. Not like he isn't already way up here. Battle happening between Shane, Jeff, and Andy. That's our 3, 4, and 5 through the double-double section. Jeff keeping the pressure on. Looks like Jeff's going to move back in the 3rd. James now not far behind Douglas. 1 second off his pace. Andy trying to get around Shane. Shane currently holding 4th. Lots of battles going on right now. Right in front of Douglas, Andy and Shane. 4 and 5 together. Douglas has got to watch out and stay on the power though, because James closing the door up. 1.4 behind. 60 seconds left to go. Douglas, James, Jeff, Andy, and Shane. Jeff actually starting to catch up to Jeff here too. 1.3 behind Jeff. James rolling over, needs a marshal. Was closing that gap up, now it's going to drop back just a little bit. 35 seconds in the center. Dave's running. Watch it gets flipped over. Oh, takes out Jeff. Jeff was going to be battling for position there. Andy moves right up in the 2nd. 20 seconds left to go. All these little fumbles happening here. So Jeff moves in the 3rd. James drops down the 4th. Everyone's still on pace between Andy, Jeff, James. Oh, look at this. James moving in. Here it is. Tone's going off. Jeff still has a chance right here. Nope. That is it. James, Jeff, you guys are done. Douglas. And that's it. All over. Douglas taking the win on that one and sets the new fast lap record of 10:27. Does anyone want to challenge that if that was real or not? This is Douglas, 10:27. Andy came in 2nd on that one. His fast lap overall, 10:73. James finished in 3rd, 10:70. Jeff, 11:16, and Shane, 11:14. Nice driving, guys.